welcome to Mo's first podcast of Couples Therapy. I'm your host.
That would be the only way he'd be in a
It's either
therapy
that or an
session.
intervention.
It's more like couples throwdown.
That would be the only way he'd be in a therapy session is if he was the host.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as I get to control the narrative, I will do therapy.
That's right. I'm in charge, therapist.
I've got the agenda.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
gosh. I love it.
All right, we're sitting here with, we got Mrs. Mo,
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Sister Mo,
Hello.
Feels like the
brother-in-law Mo.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Up for the This is going to be a tough one.
I'm back.
We've had a long weekend, haven't we?
Oh, my God.
You guys came up for Potato Blossom Festival.
Sure did. Came up, ran a road race. Everybody's hurting today.
That's right. Because we're going to talk about training for deer season, deer tracking. So some exercise stuff, supplement stuff. But Potato Blossom, let's touch on Potato Blossom Festival real quick, in case no one knows what it is. So Fort Fairfield, our hometown, has the annual Potato Blossom Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Since when? The 40s? When they
It's
started?
like 70 something years at this point,
Yeah.
I
I
think.
think it was like, I believe 78th. I'm not 100% sure. Something like that.
So Maine was like the top producing potato, or the top state for production of potatoes. That's kind of a weird way to word it.
I
but
think they were the top in the world at one point.
back in the 50s, 40s, 50s. Now, some people will say like Fort Fairfield is the potato capital of the world, but I haven't really found any statistics to really back that up. But
Who
I
needs,
think I think the town of Fort Fairfield has it on their website.
who needs statistics?
That's right.
People in Idaho might have a little bit of an argument.
Yeah.
Oh,
there,
that's
you
true.
know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Maine's now like the 12th state for potato production.
Probably.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be.
That seems right.
So yeah,
But the
that's kind
town,
of a big thing here.
the town does their best to try to like keep the
Yep.
festival alive, keep it going.
That's
We're
right.
all just doing our best.
Yes.
So it's usually when we have class reunions, family comes home.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany is a former Maine potato queen.
This is true. 2003.
Put that on your resume.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Does that mean I'm a king?
Well, you
By
weren't
default?
you weren't in the picture at that point. I have since relinquished the crown. So
Yeah.
So I'm nothing.
Yeah,
Still.
you had a one year window.
Do you really want to be Mr. Potato King?
Maybe for a minute or two. I don't know. Maybe.
you know, if you would have competed in the tater tot eating contest,
Could have got my own crown.
could have got your own crown, man.
Yeah, there's all
they had the tater tot eating contest. What else? There were the pageants, obviously.
pageants.
Yep, all the pageants.
Usually we have mashed potato wrestling.
That
Yeah, did
that
they
had
do that?
no, they didn't do that this year. It has
it
to do
was-
with insurance liability stuff now.
I did that
Yeah.
one year too.
Yeah, that's
was a fun
always
one.
been a big hit.
Pancake breakfast,
street band.
yeah,
There's
beer garden.
vendors set up selling things, food trucks,
Yeah.
You did-
the big parade.
You did mashed potato wrestling?
I just sure did.
Is it in Jello wrestling?
No jello. Potatoes only.
But I've heard
Anthony's imagining some
I've
stuff right now.
Straight to the Jello.
I've heard the
Was
potato
there
thing
bikinis?
when they do the potato
Ooh.
wrestling. Like, did it get in your ears and everything?
Oh, it was
'Cause-
everywhere.
Yeah, because it's really hard to get out. Like,
And
you're
it's-
picking potatoes
It's
out
like
after.
the boxed potatoes, and so it's really grainy.
And they probably were from Idaho.
probably weren't local.
Had a
I
little
wouldn't be
support.
surprised.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
I-
there's all kinds of events, activities, and then that brings us to the 5 miler race
That we
that
did.
ran through a potato field.
Ugh.
So the whole idea behind, anytime Brittany comes home, it's a good opportunity. We don't see her a whole lot. So and
Seeing
same
her
thing
more
with
now.
Anthony.
Yeah.
And thought it was a good chance to get him on the podcast and talk about, because Brittany is a physician
Mhm.
and you've just actually changed jobs,
Yeah.
right?
Well, in the process of it. So, as I had mentioned last time I was on here, I have 2 board certifications, family medicine and obesity medicine. I've been working as a PCP doing full spectrum family medicine, but was recently offered a position to transition, same institution, but doing obesity and lifestyle medicine
transition?
only. Yeah.
Are you transitioning to?
Whatever I
To
feel.
lifestyle and obesity medicine, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah.
So
Sorry
it'll
to cut you
be,
off.
I'll be doing lifestyle and obesity medicine only, but that doesn't start until December.
All right.
A little bit of time.
And then Anthony has made some lifestyle changes, which has
Yeah.
been pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How much weight have you lost, Anthony?
From my worst to now, probably close to 30.
Nice.
But I've always yo-yoed back
Yep.
and forth.
Because you both took up running.
Mhm.
How long ago?
I
Yeah.
started consistently running May 5th or May, just after Cinco de Mayo. Had my
Look-
last few
Oh,
tacos.
you had your last hooray. Hurrah.
Had my last
Tacos
Right
baby
hurrah.
after Annabelle's birthday.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then I decided I was going to become a distance runner at 40. And he was working out long before me. He's been a little more consistent.
But you didn't run, Anthony, right? Until recently?
Yeah, I
Right,
mean,
you
I
picked
didn't
up-
incorporate jogging into my workouts
Yeah.
until she started as well. I would do a little bit of, walking or, run some straights, walk some corner type stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as just getting kind of a little more serious and tracking the longer runs, not until she started.
So, now you guys are pretty serious about it.
Yeah, I run 4 times a week. And I'm working on a 5K improvement plan, see how fast I can get. So,
All right. We just did the 5 miler yesterday.
ugh.
First time I've ever. Now, I wasn't going to do it,
Yeah.
right? You guys were bugging me to do it. And
Yeah.
I'm not into competitive running, but Brittany, all of a sudden, Brittany
Never
was.
thought I'd hear you say I'm not into competitive.
Yeah,
and
I don't
that
No,
be in the
yeah.
same sentence
It's
with you.
because I don't think I wouldn't enjoy it, right? Like
It was fun.
You had fun yesterday.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Brittany was texting me like a week before or whatever. Like, well, if it's hot, I don't think I'm going to do it. It's like, screw this. I'm signing up. So I sent you a text. It's like, you have to do it no matter what.
I
I
did.
signed up.
I did.
And
It was brutal.
It was
So like first
that
3
was the favorite part of the festival for me.
first 3 miles were uphill kind of.
Straight
Right.
uphill.
Apparently,
the
it's
way
a
up
really
there.
tough course.
Yeah. Aunt Leslie. So,
She was basically a pro runner.
yeah, our aunt, Leslie Rideout, was an elite professional marathoner. I mean, she's done exceptionally well. Boston Marathon, Marine Corps Marathon.
And her stepson is like
And her stepson,
first in the world.
yeah, Ken Rideout is #1 in the world for his age group for marathoning. So we have some history in the family, right? But yeah, she was saying that in New England, this is considered one of the hardest, if not the hardest course.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Because the first 3 miles are literally all uphill.
Oh,
And
brutal.
then you go across the potato field,
uphill.
rocks.
Then you
and
finally hit some downhill.
But then even the downhill,
It's rolling.
like you go down and then up another
Okay,
hill.
yeah.
Down, up, and they're deep
Oh,
dips. And it's almost like it never ends.
it was rough.
So Anthony, you had your personal best, right?
Yeah.
Is that your PB?
Yeah.
You did really well.
That's awesome.
Well, I had someone that I was helping me out with the pace car there.
Yeah.
He,
Mr.
I think when
Gazelle.
we were talking beforehand, you were like, no, I'm not. I just, 11, 12 minutes, right? You were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you smoked that. You smoked those.
You guys
Those
did great. You guys did great. I watched y'all take off from the back. See everybody.
You were with us for a while.
Yeah, like the first mile, and then whoo.
Yeah.
And the hills just didn't end.
Oh gosh, yeah, I was not ready for. We have some rolling hills where we run, but we really only get maybe a max elevation gain of like 150 feet on our run.
Okay.
It's not crazy, and it's certainly not 3 miles straight of uphill.
Mm.
This kicked my butt. Big
It was a
time.
good one. But
It was fun. I'll
Feel
probably do it
fantastic
again
today,
next
yeah.
year. I'll probably
feel
do it
awesome.
again.
so that brings us to, running is one thing you can do to get yourself in shape because we're right at the time. It's the end of July now. Hunting season's going to be coming up. This is the time to start thinking about getting in shape, preparing, getting your body conditioned.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about different.
Getting everything in the game.
That's right. And then maybe some supplemental stuff because we all have a kind of a different point of view on
Mhm.
some supplemental stuff coming from a different angle.
Yeah.
We'll just start. What do you have for recommendations, Brett? To someone
Who's starting out?
they want to
or-
get in shape for walking through the woods all day long,
Yeah.
which is a very unique situation.
Yeah.
Walking through woods because even no matter how much I train for something, you use
Oh,
so
yeah.
many weird friggin' muscles.
for sure.
Walking through snow, walking over blowdowns, walking under blowdowns, carrying a rifle.
So, I mean, you guys know this. The best thing you can do to train for anything you want to do is to do that thing specifically, right?
Man, that's my first note written down.
that's
Like, you
the
better
thing
do
to
something you enjoy
Yeah.
as far as exercise is concerned.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're going to talk just like, I can't always be in the woods walking over blowdowns, we only have snow 3 months of the, well, you guys have snow more than 3 months
Oh,
of
yeah.
the year. Training with cardio, strength training, in whatever way works for you is going to be beneficial, right?
Whatever gets you to show up.
100%. And it can look so many different ways. I would say for folks who are really, going to be out tracking, doing things in the woods, man, you got to be in good cardiovascular shape for that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, right? And cardio can take you a long way. Walking is great, jogging, running, ellipticals. I mean, there's lots of ways folks can get out there and do it.
Because you used to tell me running's boring.
I used to hate it.
Yeah, you're like, this is so mundane. How do you do that?
I hated it. I made fun of people who enjoyed running. I was like, your boring life must be.
Now look.
I know.
Yeah, she's a runner. I'll say also, Paul, depending on the age of the person, in some ways, it's good to like start out. I see a lot of people using the rec centers, like the walking, like around the recs and the community centers where you can,
or the mall up here.
the mall, places where you can like get in a lot of steps and start building up that cardio.
Yeah,
that way, especially if you're starting out like with nothing.
Yeah,
like you're just not used to doing it.
So personality is one.
100%.
Something you have to consider.
100%.
Right? Because some people, I can do things that are just monotonous.
Yeah.
And mindless. Because I kind of I've always loved to run. And I can run on the treadmill for hours.
Yeah.
And I kind of just check out.
Yeah.
And it's kind of when I think about things, when I think of podcast stuff.
Yeah.
Or I think of, I like that. But some people, like, I'm not running on a treadmill. It's so boring.
I can do it now. Yeah.
You can do it?
I can do it now if I have to. I prefer to be outside, but I mean, Anthony and I will go, we've had some really hot weather in Massachusetts, 90 plus, super humid. And we've done some runs on the treadmill together. And I think we both just zone out.
Yeah.
We put our headphones in and we're just like, go to a different place mentally. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like, even if I'm just like walking fast on the treadmill or walk, I'll put a podcast or movie on or something. I prefer to be outside.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. How about you, Anthony? When you were younger, obviously you didn't run. Did you?
I always
something that was too boring for you? Like you needed something that was going to be like, I need to change
I really
this up all the
enjoyed
time.
track, when I was younger. So I always enjoyed running. And then in college, I'd go for jogs. I'd run. And then I really liked going to the gym always. I don't know. It's just kind of something that fell off. And, once you stop doing it, it's kind of harder to get back into it. And, I think for people out there, it's tough. I've always been it's kind of all or nothing to a fault, whether it was exercising or diet or anything. And I think sometimes if someone feels like, well, I can't run because I've got a bad knee or this or that, that's okay. You can get in good shape by doing so many other things that you've kind of touched on a little bit. So it can't be like, oh, I'm doomed because I can't
I have
go
an
out
injury.
and jog or run or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's
we can
so
always
many
modify.
things. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always a solution.
100%.
You can work around an injury.
100%.
Yeah. There's
I
so
deal
many
with
ways
that
to skin a cat.
all day long with folks, right? Knee replacements, shoulder replacements, all kinds of things that just kind of change the way we have to approach it for that person. And folks do. I mean, you can accomplish whatever you want with whatever.
I mean, it's easy to come up with an excuse to not do something.
Heck yeah. One of my
But
favorite
then you
things
see
to
people
do.
that don't have arms and legs that are like,
kicking butt.
yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
Who is it? Travis Mills? Sergeant Travis Mills?
Yeah.
He's one.
Yeah.
Who's Travis?
He's got like basically prosthetics on all four limbs.
Yeah. From
And
active duty, military. Yeah.
Well, so we started running after going, it wasn't just because of Cinco de Mayo. We went to the Boston Marathon, which is also in May.
you got inspired.
And so we were at Marathon Monday, and you see folks of all ages, stages, abilities, doing this world-class marathon, and you're like, oh my gosh,
super inspiring.
This is amazing. I want to do this too.
Well, the race you guys ran, the first one to the finish line, 35 minutes in, he was a little guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was 8. I mean, he ran.
No, he was in high schooler.
No.
Yes.
No, he was old. He's older than he looks.
He looks like he's about 8.
Really?
Yeah. I thought he was Lydia's age, but I guess he was older.
I thought he was a
looks.
lot shorter. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really little guy.
Well,
Okay.
I think physically, yes, he was on the smaller
Okay.
side.
Well, anyway, he came through. I was like, oh my gosh, like he just ran that in 35 minutes. But
He was ripping.
Kid was hauling butt.
Very impressive.
Meanwhile, I'm trying not to puke banana in a potato field.
Yeah.
Humbling.
Well, okay, that brings up a good point. So it was pretty intense.
It was super intense.
So deer tracking is a very active form of deer hunting. And it can be basically like all day long going fairly hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got a long march. You could end up in the middle of nowhere and you might have a heck of a long walk back that night after you've hunted all day.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what about exercise intensity?
Yeah.
Because I think, I'll just put my opinion in real quick. I think it's something that people, because a lot of it's mental.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're working out marathons, elite runners, ultra marathoners, like you can't train for a 150 something mile race.
You can try your best.
You train, but you're not going to go out and basically you're going to get to a point to where it's just between the ears.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say you can't train. You train, but you're not out doing ultra marathons all the time.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's between the ears at some point. And I think a lot of people, they are afraid to get too intense with their workouts or maybe back off earlier than they should.
Yeah. They're depending on what your goals are, right? If you want to become good at something, inevitably there will be some degree of suffering involved.
So no
I'm
pain,
just going to call it
no pain,
suffering.
no gain.
There's going to be some degree of suffering. And I mean, this goes across the board, right? This doesn't even have to be exercise. This can be education.
Yep.
This can be progressing in whatever
Your profession.
field of study or work or profession you're in. There's going to have to be some form of
discomfort
and suffering and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. And so from a fitness standpoint, if we're talking about intensity of exercise, right, you have to, in my opinion, if you want to accomplish a thing and you want to accomplish that thing to, let's say, a certain degree, it can be whatever it is for you. You have to make sure you're pushing yourself beyond what your goal is, so that then you can comfortably complete your goal.
Yep.
And so you're right. You have to mentally be able to put yourself there and be like, this hurts right now, but it hurts right now. So when I go to do this thing in the future, it's no longer as painful.
That's right.
And so we do that with our running. I've been doing a lot of hill sprints and tempo training. And I go out and I make myself do it when it's 92 degrees outside. And I'm like, this sucks. I feel like trash. I'm not hitting good.
Yesterday you were feeling a little.
Oh, yesterday I felt terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible. But mentally, you're like, I hit a point even, yesterday in the run where I'm 3 miles deep in a potato field. And I'm like, my options
In a potato
field, questioning life's choices, right? I could be at the pancake breakfast, for God's sakes. And here I am in a potato field with banana in my throat. And
Dry heaving.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lisa, it was coming out your throat.
At that time, mentally, it was just like, my options are to keep going.
Yeah.
That's it. Could I call someone to come get me and
I'm
tap
not
out?
quitting.
Sure, I could, but I'm not going to be happy with myself and the outcome if I do that.
Yeah.
And so mentally, you have to be able to say, we're not stopping. We're going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It may not look the way I wanted it to look today, but you know what? That means next time I'll be even better.
Yeah.
And so you have to keep that future thought in mind and your future self in mind. So when it comes to intensity, it is between the ears.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is for everyone else.
I find myself, I'm guilty of this. I'll get kind of in a rut working out. And it's because it's part of my routine. And I get downstairs and I find myself just like I'll do some workouts and then I'll be like, I'm just going through the motions. I'm getting in my reps and I'm not really.
Are you doing better now that you've kind of switched some things up?
Yeah, it cycles back and forth. Like when you get real busy and you're kind of like, okay, this is my workout time. And you go do your workout.
But yeah.
And then you look back on it and you're like, man, my past few workouts, I'm basically just like,
going through the motions.
And am I really getting anything out of it?
Well, that's why it is helpful if you can have like a trainer or somebody who's like observing you on the outside if you can. Like, because sometimes I can be like, oh, you're not squatting deep enough, Paul. Right?
No, you can.
You might want to do that a little bit differently.
Get lazy in our workout.
It does. So
I would say mirrors are good feedback if you can have mirrors.
Yeah, or working out with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you made a good point about being uncomfortable. Because like hunting is supposed to be enjoyable. Yeah. And I like the deer track. So if I didn't exercise, didn't prepare for it, my deer hunting it's going to be a struggle. It's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be really uncomfortable trying to do it if I just cold turkey show up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm going to go track a deer today for 15 miles.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes the next morning when I get up and want to go do it.
See, your hip flexors are going to be hating you.
Everything's going to be screaming at you.
You know who's good? Anthony's really good at pushing himself. With weightlifting, especially. I mean, running. Obviously, you pushed yourself on this road race. You and Paul crushed it yesterday. I was eating your potato dirt, which was fine.
Potato dirt.
Which was fine. But in the gym, you are consistently good. Better than I am when I try and lift weights. I kind of just fall into doing the routine.
The mindless, like,
oh, I'm doing my reps and like,
I got my 12 reps in.
Okay, I'm done. I'm ready to go have a glass of Chardonnay. But you are like hitting records.
Is that how you talk in the gym?
That is, yeah.
Anthony, that's why you don't go to the gym with
Hi.
me.
Put my earbuds in.
Yeah.
But,
you've always.
I do like that aspect of lifting. You can be
measurable
intense with it and it's measurable. But to kind of your point, both of you talking about is that sometimes you feel like you're going through the motions. I think there's moments to where that's okay, for a little bit, here and there. And it's just kind of showing up, just making sure you're still going.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah. Right. You're there. You're going through it and maybe you're recovering a little bit or, maybe you're slacking and you recognize you're slacking a little bit and you go, okay, well, I'm going to bump up the intensity. But I think as long as you're not, when you stop showing up at all, that's the toughie.
Yeah.
You're good at that. Because I will go out for my runs and I'll come back and I'll be like, it was terrible. Like my legs felt like cement. It was just awful. And he's like, yeah, but you did it.
Just show up.
You did it.
Yeah.
You came home from work, you strapped your shoes on and you went out and did 3.5 miles after a long day of work and it sucked and you didn't feel good, but you did it.
Yeah.
Because we can get trapped in that, like missing the bigger picture. So you're just focusing on the trees at that moment.
Right.
Like, for the forest. Right. So like he's saying you did it, like big picture.
You built the habit. You showed up.
So so not every workout needs to be like a freaking like PB. I'm throwing up. Like,
hey, if you're not walking out to your mailbox to get your mail, start there.
Yeah.
Right.
This is true.
Like get up.
Then you set yourself up for disappointment, right? Like not every workout was as intense or not it's a personal best or this or that. But I think being happy with showing up and when you're slacking a little bit, I think,
give yourself some grace.
Give yourself some grace and be honest with yourself. And when you're feeling good, bump up the intensity. When you're feeling a little cruddy, it's okay to slack it back a little bit, but when you're being lazy and when you could do better.
Sure. And I think one thing that just popped into my head is the element of recovery. Recovery is important.
That's so.
If your body is like, you know what? I can't today. Yeah, there are times when you're like, I need to push through that, right? Yesterday, I felt like I couldn't. I had to push through it. But there are times when it's like, maybe I do need to slack.
You were in a potato field. You had to get out of there.
So active recovery is something I have written down here.
Yeah.
Which Lacey's always on me about. Because I'm not good at, I'm like, just pump it out. Just pump it out.
Mhm.
Don't
But
just keep
there's-
going.
Yeah, there's injury prevention. There's
And you can get this mindset where if you're not doing something, you're slacking off.
Right.
And I'm guilty of that. Like,
You're-
and that can be
you-
counterproductive
Yeah,
with anything
yeah.
in life.
your mind just goes
Like,
races.
If I'm not being productive today, I'm a waste of space today.
Yeah. And it's,
Well, that core
It
that's
feels
that's a whole,
binary.
like that's a mindset, like core belief right there too. Like
I'm the same way. He has to tell me it's okay to relax a little bit.
Like, I never feel really comfortable with that.
see how they
I
Same.
take some.
you see how they balance themselves out here, Anthony, by marrying us.
It takes Lacey some convincing to be like, it's okay to just hang out for a day. I'm like,
That's
no, it's
what he'll
not.
tell me.
I'm not lazy.
I'm like, I have so many things I need to do. I
Yeah.
need to do. And he's like, just like chill.
Well, some of the best workouts I've ever had are after I've recovered or
100%.
Yeah, that's a
your
good point.
body, and whatnot. And
Well, you're gonna burn yourself into the ground if you just don't give yourself a break.
The
that's
muscles need to recover. The brain needs to recover.
Mhm.
Everything. It's important.
sleep and recovery.
So, Britt, you mentioned active recovery.
Yeah.
And like I said, Lacey's always been really big on that.
Mhm.
What do you recommend for recovery techniques?
Well, if we're talking strictly from an exercise standpoint, I think it's important to still maintain some sort of like movement and activity when you're recovering,
Yeah.
right? Like you said
Active recovery.
right?
I think, yeah.
And so I love mobility training. I think it's really important that people make sure that they are maintaining range of motion, especially as they age. I think that's something that people lose focus on as we get older, making sure our shoulders, our knees, our hips, our spine, our everything is mobile and stretched and moving. It helps from a pain perspective. It helps from a functional
Completing
perspective.
Your daily tasks. your
Yeah,
functional
activities
tasks
of daily
every day.
living. It helps from a training perspective. And so active recovery with mobility training, yoga, Pilates, low impact movement. You know what I mean? Walking is a great way to have active recovery. And then there's some days where you just don't do anything.
Squat.
You literally just recover mentally and physically, give everything a break. I think those days are okay too, but active recovery is by and large probably what folks should be
How about
focusing on.
you, Anthony? What do you do for recovery? Same
I'll
stuff?
take days just off.
Yeah.
And we talk about intensity, right? And being honest with yourself. It's crazy. I don't mean to bag on the younger generation, but it is crazy to me being in the gym. How many people aren't breaking a sweat? How many people are sitting there flipping through their phone on a machine?
Yeah.
Just like no clue on what their heart rate is or it's kind of shocking to look around
So
going,
I'm
"Holy
glad
smokes."
you brought that up because like we don't really have like a lot of gyms where we are. So like you're in a
No.
different area. So you're seeing a lot more than like what we're seeing. And that's a really good point with the level of distraction.
Distraction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very big on productivity, like I had mentioned, and not wasting time. So for me, to get to a gym, I got to drive out of town.
Mm.
And so one of the things that I struggle with, and everyone's different, but this is me. Like, it's going to take me, especially in the wintertime, to warm up my truck, get over to the gym, 30 minutes to get there, then work out, 30 minutes to get back.
Mhm,
And I had to struggle with the fact that I can literally work out in my house
mhm.
and have my workout done in the time it would take me to travel to and from
However,
the local gym.
some
Some people, though,
some people need that change of
need
environment.
that motivation to basically get out
Mhm.
and
I need the change of environment.
that's
He's
it.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm like you.
Our
I could
neighbors
work out at home.
like
Yeah.
Anthony. And it's worked wonders for
Yeah.
him. He's lost, I think, like 80 pounds or
Yeah.
Whoa.
like a ton of weight.
Yeah.
He's looking really good.
But I really I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that piece.
It wasn't so much for recovery, but it's just something that came into my mind. And sometimes recovering is just let yourself recover,
Yeah.
and
However
again,
that
it's being
looks.
honest with yourself. And am I being a little lazy or am I really recovering,
Mhm.
being in touch with what's intense and what you
Yeah.
think intense is? And, people, as you get in better shape, as you push yourself more, your idea of what intense is
Mhm.
probably changes.
Mhm.
So Anthony, so I've got written down here too, you talk about your perception of what's going on. I mean, you guys recommend monitoring heart rate? Because that's kind of a, like,
I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's a objective way to address intensity.
Yeah. So
I mean,
You can't fake it.
no,
Like
you
you look
can't.
down, you'd be like, okay, I'm sandbagging it. My heart rate's 100 beats per minute.
Yeah. So generally max heart rate for folks, right, should be 220 minus age.
Yeah.
So that's where you should max out. Generally, it's a little loosey goosey.
But it's a good
but it's a-
guideline to use.
Yeah,
It gives you
yeah.
something concrete to look at.
But it makes sense. So yeah, I know all of us wear smartwatches and we
Yeah.
all follow each other on our smartwatches.
No one's following me.
right.
Well, we can change that.
Yeah. Join the
I want
club.
to be undercover.
But yeah, I do doesn't matter what I'm doing for a workout. I'm frequently checking to see where is my heart rate at.
Yeah.
I think for me personally though, I do more of like a perceived effort. And so I'm not trying to hit like heart rate goals, anything like that. My heart rate's sky high when I'm exercising.
I'm the same way.
But I
as
go
that.
by how I'm
how you
like-
feel.
Right. How do I feel? Like, can I talk while I'm working out? Can I keep a conversation? Right. When we
Yeah.
went for a run, the training app I'm using said, this needs to be a conversational pace.
Yeah.
That can look different for different people.
Oh,
right?
And
yeah.
different days.
Yeah.
And different days.
The
And
same
so their way to track that was go for your run, but make sure you can still keep a conversation while you're running.
Like,
Now you know that you're working at a good pace to build your endurance.
right.
And so, I mean, if we're talking from like a medical standpoint, we talk about moderate intensity, high intensity, things like that, right? So moderate intensity would be like, you can talk, but maybe you can't sing.
Yeah.
Right?
Or I think they say like 50% of your max heart rate.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So
See, I don't even know that.
220 minus your age, roughly 50% of that
See?
would be a.
That
So
sounds
like
about
when
right.
we were running the other night, I was like, holy, my heart rate's like 180 right now. And
Yeah.
you looked at yours and you're like, mine's only, I don't know what yours was at.
Well, it becomes your heart becomes efficient as you get in better shape.
Yeah.
And like, so
But
like for me,
we're
let's
all-
say if we just use 220 minus my age, right? So that's a heart rate of 177.
Yeah.
For me, max heart rate. But I mean, but as you said, when I'm working out, I might hit like 165, 170, and I can still talk.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I can go harder.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but with us, the whole big discrepancy is like, yeah, you work out, you're conditioned much more than I am when we were running, but also like we're size differences and
my gait's a lot.
I'm working
Oh
a
my
lot
gosh.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working a lot harder to try to, keep up with you or to make it more
Yeah.
of a workout for you. So you're not just like walking beside me.
Yeah. When we went for the run,
Yeah.
he could almost power walk beside.
That's what he was basically
my
yeah,
run.
When, and I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, I wasn't like, I was doing quote unquote conversational pace, but I was, we just are built so different
Right.
and we have such a different stride.
So that
So one thing is if you want to have a buddy or partner,
yeah,
like
size it up appropriately.
match it up with somebody who,
I don't know. I thought we did
No,
okay.
yeah.
And then when I run with Anthony, when we run together, we do okay. You slack it way back for me.
It's one of those
If they're
so
willing.
that brings up a good point though, as far as don't compare yourself to other people. Kind
Yeah.
of do your own thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because everyone's different.
Absolutely.
And you see that in the deer hunting world. And I'll get into that just for a quick second. But you got people that want to be like certain other really good deer trackers, but like maybe that person's 6'4" and has like a
That's like
36-inch inseam or
Yeah.
something crazy.
That's like
Yeah.
you and your dad.
And you're 5'4".
That's me.
You're not gonna be going through the woods at the same
Yeah.
level that person is.
But
It's
you'll be
gonna
able to do things differently
You're
and better
right.
in certain situations.
play to your strengths.
Yeah, play to your
Mhm.
strengths.
Look,
Exactly.
Figure out what your strengths are. Don't worry about what someone else is
Mhm.
doing and try to be
Mhm.
like them.
Mm-hmm.
What are your strengths? And then play off of those. Because maybe that little guy sneak through the woods better or whatever. Maybe he's a better shot, or maybe he's got wicked good hearing or excellent eyesight. There's things that can give you an edge because you're just naturally good at those
Mhm.
versus
Mm-hmm.
trying to be something that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I had some questions for you, Paul.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time in the woods, not hunting, but in the woods hiking and in the Northwest.
Yeah.
So we're talking about things specific for tracking and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's been kind of heavy on the run stuff, which is great, but I don't think you have to do that.
No,
because functional in the woods.
No, and that's a good point because I'll let you continue here in a second, but it doesn't really address. I mean, it gets your cardiovascular system in shape, but it doesn't really address walking through the woods that great.
Well, it's not a
different beast.
It's not a functional. Running is very, I hate to say this, maybe one-dimensional, right?
Yeah.
It's not a great functional tool for navigating woods, for other very specific movements. It is a very
But I didn't mean to cut you off, Anthony. I'll let you finish.
Yeah.
So I had a few thoughts specific for hunting and some questions also. So one cool thing for someone in this area especially is you could create a little obstacle course in the back of your house,
100%.
where there's some logs and some stuff to go over and whatnot.
Simulation.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, do you usually carry a pack when you're hunting?
I carry just a little pack. I don't carry much weight.
But to do activities like when I was hiking and preparing for climbing Mount Rainier, I'm hiking with a pack that was weighted to what the pack's going to weigh while I'm doing the
That's
thing.
like
I do carry a gun.
Holding your gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which 8 pounds.
Figuring out how
7.5
you're going to hold
pounds.
that or position it.
Because in that, if I don't plan well for that, Anthony, the first day out, you walk all day with 7. You think 7.5 pounds. That's not much. You walk all day with 7.5 pounds in your hands. Your traps.
Oh yeah.
The next morning when I get up at camp, like I can feel it behind my shoulder blades.
We're referring
like
to
where that just pulled on me all day long.
Trapezius.
Yeah.
Your trapezius muscle.
Yeah.
Right?
Mine hurts from badminton yesterday.
Oh, does it? See, so unique muscle
That
groups
arm.
that you just you can't emulate that in a gym.
Yeah. I was like, wow, I haven't swung a racket.
Yeah,
I can
you'll
tell
feel it in those forearm muscles.
Yes.
Especially.
Yes. Right here.
So
Golfers,
my extensors
elbow,
are
tennis
like
elbow.
hurting
Yeah.
today.
And that brings us to kind of functional fitness. Like I'm a big advocate
one
for
thing in the woods, like you're stepping or like there's branches, there's trees. So like
twisting your ankles.
dynamic
in
and standing
positions.
balance
Yeah.
tasks. Like practice it. Like even if you're like just practicing like standing on one leg for a certain period of time and
That's
like
where yoga comes in.
stabilizing your core, activating those core muscles. You really got to have a strong, stable core, especially when you're going through the woods.
Yoga comes in really good. And Lacey was one who really made me do that the first time because I was kind of making fun of it. She's like, try it
I
out.
wouldn't say even just like yoga, but as much as like functional mobility training and like iso stretch.
I mean, I'm going to use yoga because that's
Right.
what people would.
That's what people are thinking
Would
of.
know.
But I'm thinking more like just like simulating those moves that are going to stabilize those core muscles and your balance. Your balance is really important.
But it improves all your other workouts.
Oh yeah,
Like doing that
absolutely.
For sure.
So I had changed my whole approach to, because our deer camp week is Thanksgiving. In the week before deer camp, I don't do any sort of intense exercise other than mobility stuff because I found that's so important because your body gets in all kinds of weird positions going through the woods.
Oh yeah.
Underneath blowdowns. You find blowdowns and they're right at the height where it's like, I can't quite step over it and I can't quite go under it.
You've got tight hamstrings, tight hip flexors, and you got to lift that leg up over. And then you're not really strong on your balance. Now you're unilateral. You got one leg up, one leg down on the ground.
Yeah.
It can be a hot mess there.
And that's something that as you age becomes more and more important.
Yeah, your balance will
Because
decline.
my hamstrings, and Anthony's a little bit older than I am, and he can probably attest to this. Like my hamstrings are much tighter
100%.
than like reaching down and touch my toes.
We talk about stretching
Man.
a lot in our house. We talk about mobility a lot because it's important. Your joints, you have to have that mobility in your joints to function and use your muscles correctly.
Yeah.
Right? You have to. And it gets, just as we get older, it just gets overlooked.
Yeah.
We get busy.
You got to take the time.
Right? We get busy. I love to stretch. I'll put my mat out in the evenings. We like to watch TV for a little bit before bed. And that's where I'll do my mobility training. And it's like not specifically structured. It may be whatever's hurting me that day. And I'll just get on the floor and
For
stretch
some
out.
people too, if they're not as disciplined in that sense or like need more of a guide, I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube videos that you can
for sure.
Type in, find somebody to kind of lead you or guide you through it. If you're kind of lost, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I love sending some of my elderly patients to physical therapy. to do just basic mobility,
Yep.
Because you also have opposing muscle groups.
Yeah.
And you'll watch, because I think Dad struggles a little bit with chest versus back. He can kind of start getting rounded back. And
another thing is like if the fascia is tight around the muscles. So like if you need to do some like myofascial release or just like loosening those things up so you can then work on those antagonist and protagonist groups.
Symmetry is important.
Yeah.
You can't be unbalanced. It'll throw off everything.
Did you have more input, Anthony, on?
No, it was
Like,
basically
tracking, that was
the obstacle course and what kind of equipment are you carrying and simulate that a little bit. And, I kind of touching back on the running and getting in shape. I was using it to supplement like dirt bike riding is much like what we're kind of talking about, because the best way to get in shape for dirt bike riding is to dirt bike ride, but you can't always do that. So the running and being in better shape has helped that, and I can ride longer and it helps with it, but there's no substitution for doing that activity.
So I got a question for you. You're a pretty intense bike rider.
I mean, yeah, I enjoy it.
You do a bunch of different types of bike riding.
Yeah.
Would you consider that maybe like an active recovery thing for you?
Depends.
Or is it I don't know, or is it that intense?
It's that intense.
It can be that intense, or
no kidding.
Or you can slack it back and have it be recovery and relaxing, or if you're pushing it, it's definitely not just the recovery thing. It's
because you dirt bikes, it's street bike or sport bike racing. You do that,
street bikes, track bikes for road course stuff, adventure bikes, big adventure bikes, light adventure bikes, dirt bike. I don't do the track riding like I used to do. That's kind of a young man's game a little bit, but even riding aggressively in the woods, it's a workout.
It hurts.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go out with you, when you think of me, 5'4", handling a 200+ pound bike off road,
you have a lot of control and strength.
It's a workout, and I'm very stubborn. And so if we're on a tight little single track, double track trail, he has been riding his whole life, so he can put a foot down, gun the gas, and flip the bike around. I can't do that. I have to muscle it around.
You gotta send me some pictures of the what is it? The sport bike racing or whatever that you did
for the road course.
Stuff. Send me some pictures, because I'll put some pictures up of exactly what that looks like.
And I didn't officially do races, but I got into doing track days and
well, you were going through those corners. You're pretty well laid right down.
Yeah. So I would think like with your activities and your interests and things that you're doing, you need obviously your strength training and your like what you're doing at the gym. This really helps. Obviously,
I think the strength training helps with it to some degree. Absolutely, especially with the heavy bikes and whatnot.
Yeah,
it also helps from injury prevention, especially with falls.
Oh yeah,
and different things. So if you're hitting the ground, to have to have been working out and have be strong and resilient, it definitely helps with all aspects really, and even the unplanned things like the falls and whatnot.
Falls happen. If you're going to be on a bike off road
that way,
you're going to fall.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, I hate to say this, but it again goes back to like pushing yourself, right? If you're not falling every now and then,
are you
really pushing your limits of what you're doing?
Right. Skiing, motorcycle riding, whatever.
Doesn't matter what it is.
I think people sometimes get caught up in, I think Paul touched on it a little bit, not comparing yourself to others or never making a mistake. And you look at the pros in any event or any discipline they're doing, they're making mistakes.
They're riding the line.
Yeah.
Between,
it's okay to fall.
It's almost like controlled chaos there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm right on the line of wrecking.
It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to fall. You're progressing. It should be more of an accepted thing that it's like if you went skiing all day and I never fell, okay, that's cool. And I don't think certain, you don't want to get injured and push it.
You don't want to be reckless.
Way beyond,
you don't want to be reckless.
But having a fall here and there isn't a bad thing.
No, you're pushing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's okay to mess up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did that learning to ski.
Everyone does. That's how you learn.
I was 35 though.
Still falling on my dirt bikes.
Yeah, I mean, you ride really, really rough, gnarly terrain. I mean, nasty
especially
stuff.
around here, the Northeast has some.
Nasty stuff. And so if you're going to attempt those things, there is an element of unknown. Doesn't matter how good of a rider you are. Wheels kick out, you hit a wet route the wrong way. It just happens.
Stuff happens.
So I think like task analysis is one thing that you kind of train your brain or your mind to think, okay, like I want to accomplish this task or I want to go do this thing. What does my body, what do I need? What do I have to be able to do to get this done?
Yeah.
Whether it's thinking, planning, movements, whatever it is.
Yep.
So like you just have to know ahead of time, like when you're dirt bike riding, you're gonna need a lot of strength and control. And obviously like a lot of mental and visual, like you're looking at things and you got to know how to anticipate things and what's coming. There's a whole thing going on there, right?
So think about what's required of you.
Yeah.
And have a little bit of a thoughtful plan on what you need to do to accomplish that. So for a deer tracker, I'm going to be walking through. So I want my cardiovascular system in shape.
Heart health has to be up there.
I'm going to be walking all day, carrying something. So like in Anthony attested to, maybe workout, walking through an obstacle course or woods, hiking with some weights occasionally, like a weight in your hand, 8-pound weight or something
You're
like that.
You're going to come over trees and blowdowns and things. You got to have balance and you got to be able to shift your weight.
So we throw in the yoga and those sorts of
range of
functional mobility.
I think
stuff like that.
Right? The kind of underlying thing we're talking about here is go do the thing.
That's right.
Go do the thing. In the off season, go walk through the woods, do the thing. Your body will let you know where your deficits are.
That's right.
It'll tell you. You go out and do the thing, and the next day you're like, this hurts. This hurts. I wasn't prepared here. Your body will tell you where you need to put the focus in, but you got to do the thing.
Doesn't have to be running 5 miles.
Does not have to be running 5 miles.
Killing yourself. One thing I'm big, and you touched on this a little while ago.
One more thing.
Functional fitness. And you talked about like walking to the mailbox, stuff like that.
Walk around your house.
There's so many little things you can do. And I like to call it kind of like stacking my workouts.
You can take literally, you can take soup cans while you're sitting in a chair. Like, if, older individuals. And if they don't have like some good upper body strength and they want to work their, while you're watching your show, just like.
So let's say like I'm big on productivity, not wasting time. Let's say we get a little snowstorm. Maybe it's like not quite big enough for my tractor. Why not grab my scoop? Let the kids come out and play with me, and I'll clean out my driveway
with the scoop instead.
And I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll use a scoop to do like a leg workout, and almost like what is it? Football players push the
sled.
The sled.
Yeah.
And so I do that for an hour. 1, I clean my driveway out.
And
2, I got my workout in.
You're actually activating different muscles that way too.
Yeah. I will feel it because I'm doing something different.
Versus maybe than if you would have done like a more traditional workout that you had scheduled.
And I think people find that is weird because I'll have people ask me, like maybe a neighbor or something, like, geez, you're shoveling your driveway. Is your tractor broke? No, this was a choice.
Choose to do this.
This was a choice.
I choose to suffer.
I did that in the hospital. So we would, I would do 13 flights of stairs.
Take the stairs instead of the elevator.
When we were doing rounds, when I was in training, it was like, sure, I could take the elevator or I could schlep myself up 13 flights of stairs.
Get those steps in.
Yeah.
Get those steps in because when you're doing 12 plus hours, I'm not going to go exercise after that. Mentally tapped, physically tapped. So you try and do it while you're there, right?
That's really good forethought.
You try and like, I'm going to get every little bit of benefit I can where I can.
That is like maximizing your day, really, right there.
And I think that's lost in social media because everything gets glorified as the, I did a 20-mile run with a 50-pound backpack on. And
doesn't have to be that.
Like
small hinges move big doors.
I will say
that's right. All the little things.
One other thing that you could add, like if you just want to go for a walk and you've conditioned yourself, you can throw on a weighted vest. Like there's things like that you can do, which helps that carrying
ankle
that
weights,
pack.
weighted vest.
I use a standing desk at work. That's a little change that I made.
Perfect.
I never sit down once all day long. And it's
that's
minimal,
so much
right?
better too. Like you're not sitting.
But it's all
day.
little things. They all add up to great. It's being consistent and showing up every day to something that you can do that you'll enjoy.
I do want to touch on one thing about
touch it.
Journaling. I'm going to go back to the journal for a second.
Intentions.
But journaling what you're eating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So like if we're talking about all this physical stuff and movement and like all that, but like it also is important what you're putting in.
It's the most important.
Yeah.
And that's a good plug for my journals.
Well, no, but
I've got one journal left, but I
so-
get a new shipment coming.
I love
it.
We'll
have more journals for
whether
sale.
you're tracking on an app or if you're just old school and you just need a piece of paper, but like being intentional and paying attention. Like this is what I've eaten for breakfast, or I put this little snack in.
Don't you think a nice leather journal that was better?
I think that would be perfect.
I love it.
But also like while you're journaling, and decluttering your mind, whatever. But you got to know what you're consuming too, because you're not going to make those goals if you're like
Not fueling the body.
not fueling the body the proper way.
Yeah.
So when you're getting ready to go hunting for the fall and you want to be in tip top shape.
I actually did a little video on this recently after a run. I think I was cooling myself off.
Yeah,
with some ice
we'll put a
packs.
plug in for, because you've been doing is it Your Evidence Doc?
Yeah.
On Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram
TikTok?
and TikTok. I'm not really doing
All right.
YouTube anymore because everything I do is very short form, like quick little on the fly video. So it's mainly
So do YouTube Shorts.
TikTok and I could. It's mainly TikTok and Instagram, but I did a little video on that, Lacey, where at least from an obesity medicine and weight loss perspective, right? Exercise is not that effective at losing weight. It is not that effective. It's effective for maintaining weight, and you can get weight loss.
Can't outwork a bad diet.
Correct. You can't
just, like,
out-exercise
working
a
against
bad
yourself.
diet. And so diet is really the most important. It is foundational to health. It's the most important thing. You are not going to reach your maximum potential. And I'm going to go out and say you aren't going to reach maybe your goals if you're not
Working against it.
right.
Yeah.
Right. If you're not working on your diet as well. And food tracking can be eye-opening for folks.
Like,
can.
and I'm not even saying, like you can get really intense with it. I don't know if you guys do it, but
We
like,
do.
counting your macros. I mean, you can get really.
He does religiously. But
I'm like just saying, even just like starting like, okay, I actually ate this today before you even get into the macro piece. Like just seeing what you consumed.
You write it down for the first time and you're like,
oh,
wow, my coffee has how much crap in it?
Yeah.
I don't think you can say it enough what you're saying right now. And if you ever want to test it, look at how hard you have to work out to burn 350 calories.
Right.
Exactly.
Calories,
Hard.
and
An eye
how
opener.
easy it is to put down your gullet.
Yeah.
It's just
Easy.
Like for me, it
amazing.
can get a little overwhelming where I'm like trying to balance out like the protein and the carbs and the, like if you can just start just like what you put in your mouth that day that way.
Know what calories you're. I keep it simple.
And the
Right.
sneaky stuff. The sneaky stuff. It's the sugar drinks and it's the sugar Gatorades and it's the milk and the syrup in your coffees and all this stuff. Man, people could probably cut out 1,000 calories just like that. Just
It's a
from
really
not even
great-
It's all the
noticing.
little things,
It's a
right?
really great visual when you take and like actually take the scale and measure out. Like I've done this with the kids just to show them what like a tablespoon of sugar looks like, and then like actually how many grams and then how many grams are in that soda. Like
Yeah,
and
you
then
look like at a Mountain Dew or something like that.
measure out
like,
all the
holy
actual
cow.
sugar.
It's terrifying.
And then they're like, oh my gosh.
and folks don't realize it. They really don't realize it. I do 24-hour food recalls with folks who I am doing obesity management in, and I really think a lot of people don't realize what they're eating.
I think the visuals,
the
are
calorie
really-
content of what
yeah.
they're eating, the
Mhm.
sugar content, the there's
Sugar's the killer.
they just
Yeah.
they are unaware that despite their best efforts, they're like, I have a trainer, I'm doing all the things, but you are totally torching your efforts with your diet.
exactly.
I remember
Torching it.
some of the girls at work showing up with a quote unquote. I used to kind of bug them because I'm like, it's not a coffee, it's a milkshake.
Yeah.
Like there's like whipped cream and sprinkles, the whole 9 yards.
1,500 calories in some of those
It's
things.
funny because
Crazy.
sometimes I wouldn't say they'd get ticked, but they'd be like, oh man, you just ruined that for me. Like one of the girls was ordering something from KFC.
Well, it's yeah.
And it was like a, what do they call it? It's like a KFC bowl. It's like a,
Couldn't tell you
had
what's
a
on the menu at
bunch of
KFC.
anyway, she was supposed to be watching her sodium because I believe she was pregnant.
Oh gosh.
She was having some fluid retention. So she orders lunch. I'm like, you ever get online and looked up to see what's in one of those? It was like 2,500 milligrams of sodium or something.
Oh.
And she was like, Thanks for ruining that for me.
And well, that's
I'm not ordering it.
Okay, so that's the important thing is like when we actually see it, like whether it's a visual, like how much that sugar actually looks like in a bowl or the number on the label or whatever hits you. But like, do people avoid that? Because once you finally see it, like there's that like awareness and that guilt. Like, do I really want to do this? And you're making the choice.
I sure do.
I know I do. Yeah.
Read the label and look at it and go, holy smokes, I had no idea it had that much sodium in it. Or what? Nope, I'll find something different.
Yeah, we have had things that we've had in our household, and he will look at it and be like, no, we're never buying this again. This is not allowed in our house anymore. This is
it's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Because if you don't know, you don't know.
That's right.
I think I'm doing
ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's actually a good segue into part 2 of this.
Oh, there's a part 2. Oh, God.
Supplements.
You guys are going to be here for a while.